What's going on, everybody? We're here to discuss the rumor mill regarding Sue from 838, regarding Wanda, regarding Sylvie, and an opening scene that's going to be bigger than Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Let's get into the video. Alright, at this point, we are just holding people accountable. This is the Receipts YouTube channel. Let's go into essentially what Main Middleman was saying. I do want to add that Main Middleman, to me, doesn't really have a track record, so let's just get into it. Here we go. Avengers Doomsday will have a more striking opening than Infinity War and Endgame, with a major occurrence right in the opening scenes. Internally, the film is also described as a psychological drama thriller. There will be many more mature and distressing moments, which, I mean, I feel like that's an obvious, like, it's one of those things where it's like, duh. I mean, we need to make it bigger. It's probably not going to be bigger, but we need to make it at least feel. And then there was this comment that I saw that actually made a lot of sense. This could be one of two things. Number one, Dr. Doom kills off a group of heroes to set the scene for him being, which I don't think is going to happen because he's already with the Fantastic Four. He's using manipulation and all that stuff in order to make them think he's a good guy. So he's not going to be killing anybody. And then number two, more likely an alternate Earth being destroyed by an incursion in a shocking fashion, setting up the plot of the movie being an incursion threatening the main 616 Earth and the X-Men universe. This would make a lot of sense, making it a huge threat. Obviously, with an explosion and people dying and seeing an entire universe just being wiped out would be insane. And it really sets up the threat of when Thanos beat down the Hulk and Hulk went back to Earth and was like, Thanos is coming. So it makes sense. This next one, they talk about Storm, which Halle Berry will return in the upcoming... Okay, so first of all, the reason why Halle Berry has not signed on yet is due to contract prices. She wants money. Let's be real. She wants money. So the thing is this. She is not signed as of right now. Will she be signed in the future? Possibly. But as for right now, I would say take this with a very big grain of salt. I wouldn't doubt it that they would pay her, but at the same time, with the amount of cast and crew, I don't know. This next one's regarding Wanda. Says, Wanda Maximoff will return and play a key role in the next Avengers movies. They want her to be the kind of hero everyone can be proud of. Her redemption will be significant. She's not a main character. If we're using Franklin Richards to revive her, that's one thing, but still, we have to be able to fit her in and do all these other things, which I don't doubt she's going to be in, but at the same time, scripts have changed so much within the last couple months and days and years and everything. So, like Alex said before, her and Doom would be having some kind of relationship, but without being a relationship. But things go to change, and you'll see later on in the video. Because then he says, let's say she will have a very protagonism before that. Now listen to this. The definition of protagonism is the basic sense, refers to the state or fact of being the principal character in a story, play, or other narrative. It can also mean active support for a cause or idea, often by influential individual. In the context of social movements, it emphasizes the active participation and leadership of the masses in society change. Let that sink in. And then we continue with Wanda Maximoff will return and play a key role in the next Avengers film. And then he goes on to add, she will not die or sacrifice herself. That role belongs to another great character. And this is where I think they're completely wrong, because we've heard so many things in the past. Check it out. Because then they show this photo of Sylvie, and people were freaking out. Like, well, what do you mean? Why Sylvie? This is why I don't think it's Sylvie. Alex Perez has stated 3 different times. 1. Hi Alex, do you think we'll see Sylvie and Thor interact in Avengers Doomsday? Now this was in 2024, and Alex went on to say, they'll interact, not 100% certain it will be in Avengers Doomsday, but yeah, they'll interact. So, could be Secret Wars. So, could be Secret Wars, could be Thor 5, but at the same time, I don't think she's dying. This one was 2025. Any idea on what Loki Sylvie's role through the rest of the multiverse saga? And Alex said, Loki will be at the center of it all, which we know he's the MacGuffin of Doomsday. Sylvie will also be there, but her role will be comparable to Black Widow in Avengers Secret Wars, or in Infinity War and Endgame. I'm not saying she's dying, folks. And realistically, we've also heard that she was recruiting different people and whatnot. And we also heard that Doom was going to manipulate her to get to Loki, and she was going to be super sad about it because she misses him. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't add up. But we continue. Hi Alex, anything on Loki and Sylvie's role in Avengers Doomsday Secret Wars? Anything on Strange Clea's role? I do not, unfortunately. This is how often it changes. Unless Alex is spitting BS, this is how often it changes. And realistically, Alex is the only one with a really good track record. Just saying. And then last but not least, I want to talk about this 838 rumor, which I don't think they're going to dive onto again because I don't think they're smart enough. There have been talks about the widow Sue of 838 meeting Sue 828 in upcoming Avengers movies and both joining forces against Doom to rescue Franklin. There was internal discussions about the actual existence of Sue 838 and her intense hatred for... Now, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how this sounds so fake? This sounds like a Marvel Rivals storyline. What, is she going to be Malice? But, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you guys know and understand what's going on. I don't know this for a fact, but I like to let you guys know because, hey, make it make sense.